Hello everyone, what's up, welcome to another Bryce Talk Show episode, everybody. And I'm rocking this new microphone again, this small little microphone. So small that you probably shouldn't keep it around if you have a baby, otherwise it will choke on it. Put it in its mouth, or do some other crazy stuff. I was joking about that because of how small this thing is. Joking about, how it could, do to you. So, anyway, hope you all are doing good, and I thank you for watching this video. And hope you've enjoyed the last couple videos, the live stream of the talk box, and some of the old videos I've been uploading to YouTube again. Grandma gave me another batch of old videos that some of you haven't seen, not even on the old Drew and Bryce channel that my cousin would use to upload my videos. I would send him my videos, and then he would upload it to the channel. So, and I got a couple more to show you too afterwards, and that'll be good. And yeah, so just looking at all this stuff and doing a lot of stuff. Now let's start talking about some different stuff, well, shall we? So, I've been watching the same kind of people on YouTube who do recordings from the radio. Like I used to tell you about tapes from the radio and other people. I'm going to tell you another one. I also watch Ellis Feaster, who is also does a lot of recordings from air checks, radio air checks. Now, he did do a couple of videos from Columbus. Not a lot, but a couple. WCKX Power 107.5 with Paul Strong in 2005 in the morning. Everybody will know that. And we've got a couple, maybe a few WNCI, but I also look at other recordings just to see what other places were like back then. I've actually started to learn how to record radio too myself. Internally and better with my digital recorder. I remember when I used to record radio, I would just put my recorder next to the speaker, and of course it would suck because you get everything else, other background noise, and it did suck. And even I didn't have a recorder with USB, but with the USB cable so I could copy files, but I got a lot of recordings on my digital recorder of radio. I told you I went down to Florida. I got some recordings from Florida. WFIX, Fox News 92.5, and also 96.9 Wink FM. That great station that covers pretty much a lot of Southwest Florida. And some other great stations from the South. And I also have a lot of recordings from here in Ohio, from Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, obviously, which runs a lot of other places. A few recordings of Dave and Jimmy on WNCI, 94.7 with Sunny 95, Sunny in the morning, and a few of these recordings I recorded with my recorder. And also, if you remember, I uploaded a video of the National Periodic Test of the Emergency Alert System last year. I actually recorded that while I was using my phone to record me catching the alerts. If you remember, I uploaded that video last year. But I also have my other radio recording on 98.9 FM. And it was the emergency alert aired during the commercial break on that station. So yeah, so I did start doing a lot of radio recordings for fun, just to go back and play them. And also, I've been recording football games, and I've been recording the playoffs on Westwood 1, and some other recordings. Even the recording of Doug Deacon's last show with Jim Donovan when the Cleveland Browns played Cincinnati, their last game. So, I got a little recording of that, and some other stuff. So, yeah. Now back to watching old air checks and videos. I think it's kind of cool because you got all these videos, of all the, great songs played back then, and a lot of great people, a lot of great commercials, more than, obviously, than there were today. I mean, my gosh. But, I was reading a lot about, how that's done. A lot of people do air checks. Well, the announcer who's on the air does record them, but also, like, I could be the one recording what I'm listening to and just record it as a tape. But anyway, I should put those on archive.org or YouTube or somewhere. I should put more of my archive radio recordings for YouTube or somewhere, because I got some pretty good recordings here. But I do have some great recordings for radio. Also, I was at the International Trail Light Show for Christmas here in Ohio, and I got a recording of the station itself with my digital recorder. I brought my little small radio, brought my little headphone jack cord, and started recording when we were there. And I also kept it recording after we left because I wanted to see if I could pick up other FM transmitters nearby, like car FM transmitters and other things like that. So it was a lot of stuff to do, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, definitely will take the recorder on vacation, hopefully with my headphone jack, and do a lot of recordings of radio elsewhere. So speaking of football, I was watching Cardinals and Rams play, and the Cardinals just couldn't pull it off. You got Tyler Murray. You got they did a lot of. Seemed like they panicked quite a bit, especially in the first half, where there wasn't really that much panic needed. But they did try to get some scores. We had the third quarter got to 6-0, then 6-21. Then you had 8-21, and they Rams ended up making 28-8, and so forth. And so I was kind of listening to the game. I had it on Sirius XM too, because I also do stuff. Oh yeah, and I also record Sirius XM on my little digital recorder, like music and talk shows. Like I record Howard Stern on my digital recorder. Now, I also have been putting Howard Stern episodes on archive.org. And I also use my recorder to record Howard Stern on my computer to record Howard Stern with my sound card, because I use SiriusXM on demand and record the episodes there. And the reason why I record a lot of these is because, as a few months go by, the episodes eventually, go off demand, and it's not on demand and you can't play. And, there's a lot of great shows, great episodes that, should be kept. Obviously some that maybe I don't really care for. But, there are a lot of things that I do. So I posted something to archive.org, the Howard Stern Show of December 1st, 2021, in which it was the year of Robin Quivers and Howard Stern's 40th anniversary working together. So they had a episode dedicated to that a little bit. But they also did some talking and other stuff. I'll link that in the description for y'all to listen to if you want to. And I also got more recordings to put on archive. December 8th, December 15th, where Howard interviewed Neil Young. I need to record Ben Affleck before that goes off from demand. From December 14th. And we still have some from November too. I got Ed Sheeran when I interviewed him, but I need to record more from November. But I also have some screen recorded, which sometimes isn't good because it can kind of hear a voiceover talk if my phone goes off or if I'm, using voiceover for whatever reason. So, and I also took a lot of chances with radio too. We used to have Covino and Rich show, which is now taken over by Bonfire on Channel 103 Fashion Talk. And I think March 1st or something last year was their last show. And I have a couple recordings, not a lot. And some of those recordings weren't recorded with the way I do them now. And you can't really play them through on demand either, because I would have used my device's capture card and recorded it through there on my computer with I have a program called Virtual Recorder, which records the card, which is the speaker, the sound that you hear, and nothing else. Well, you can change it to record yourself, but you can change it so you can record your computer, what you got streaming on there. So, I also record the Pop 2 Countdown with Rich Davis on Pop 2K, because those are great shows too, where they go through all the best songs of this week and whatever year every Saturday, so they start that show. And we recently had 2007 this past weekend, where they went through the 30 hits of this weekend of 7. And so, and also I have a couple, the November 13th, where they count down from 2006, and I have some other stuff too. Now, for on demand on there, that they'll show 2 episodes, and then after one episode, then you'll have only one, because that one's disappeared from on demand. So, a little bit about that. I do usually do that too, just for fun keepsake. I mean, some recordings I release just because I think other people should hear it. But I did wish I record Stern Show of December 8th, 2020, because that's when you had Howard revealing his contract being, because he did another 4-year deal, obviously last year. Oh, my hard drive, backing stuff to my hard drive. So I wish you'd record that, because it was pretty great episode for that. You had Howard talking a little bit, then you had the segment of Marianne from Brooklyn opening her little safe and revealing the truth, and all that, which there is a clip of it on YouTube, which I do watch. But you gotta look at the whole show, dude. And then he starts talking about, he wrote this journal of why you should or why you shouldn't stay on the radio, all this stuff, and he also mentioned, talked about, credited everybody that he works with, how good job they did and all that stuff. But then you have one bad thing where you have Gary Delavate be like, you still have haters on there who don't like the show. Like, shut up, dude. He's trying to enjoy this moment, and then all of a sudden you just screw everybody over. Anyway, So yeah, should have taped that. That was a heck of a show too, and I do have the show from February 4th, 2020. I think it was the 3rd or 4th of 2020. But that was screen recorded, which is pretty good. I would have to convert that to audio because it's a video, so I had to turn that into an audio file. But anyway, I do a lot of recording for keepsake, and we also took too much chances. I do have a few recordings of Rush Limbaugh before he died, obviously, but that's it. Anywho, so, some of them are just cool to look around and laugh at and, rewatch or replay. So, that's why I do a lot of that. And, so, yeah. And so I'm going to keep posting more old videos to my YouTube. I got a couple more to show. Thanks to Grandma sending me. Thanks to Grandma sending me some stuff that she took. So I will post some more of those. And you guys can watch that. And I posted the one helium balloon release of just January 10th, and it was a pretty cold day too. And it was really short because we had a bunch of roll of aluminum foil, and then but it was pretty bright too, so you couldn't really see it from the camera that much. So it was like a minute long, but it was still pretty good to watch, I guess, if you like it. And then you had that, and also the rocket launch of April 20th, 2014, when I released that 1,200-foot little rocket. I don't have any of those. Well, I don't think I do anyway, anymore, but I had like one of those 1,200 feet rockets you take and launch them up in the air. They're pretty cool too. And a lot of the family were watching it. I think it was when I was 13. I got one of the for my birthday, a rocket, that 1,200-foot rocket that you saw. And one of the days, obviously, a lot of people were outside watching me, and I'm just here getting ready to launch this bad boy. Launching rockets is pretty cool, especially when you have a lot of crowds out there watching. I watch a lot of YouTube where a lot of people take model rockets or any kind of rockets with a bunch of people, and they're like, woo! They're all cheering for the rocket once you have the rocket up there, and once the rocket's all going up there. So it's pretty, it's kind of cool. I used to, launch a lot of those and lose the parachute too. That's what was really bad with the parachute of the rocket. When the I'd lose the rocket, and then I'm like, no. But yeah, a lot of things I wanted to discuss. A lot of radio recordings. I record from the sound card now, especially when I listen to talk shows on XM, because instead of using the radio and recording it live where you got the commercials and all that stuff, I could just record it through on demand, where people don't have to listen to minutes of commercials on the show. So definitely I do a lot of that. And obviously I had to fix my new Zoom. Let's talk about that new little Zumo disc. We had to fix that because the string was getting, I think maybe I pushed too hard. I think maybe because the Zoom disc was getting hard to launch. Well, no, it was getting hard to launch, but it was getting to the point where you could feel that string, and I didn't want it to become as bad as my old one, because I think I kept on doing it and didn't really realize it, and then it just went kerploof. But I think we might try to fix the old one, but the other one looks worse than that new one. So, but I always didn't understand about the zoom when shooting it hard, because when you shoot it pretty hard, it can fly pretty fast and high up in the sky. And if you're in the house and you have a good ceiling, a big ceiling like Grandma's, obviously Mom didn't have that big of a ceiling, but if I sit down, I could probably get it to spin. But if you have a big ceiling like Grandma's, it'll spin really good in the ceiling for a couple seconds. So that is something I always did. But the zoom is no doubt a fun little disc, and it really do that. So it really is a good disc. And I've had a lot of discs in the past 5 years. A couple flying discs. I'll show you a 1-minute video. I'll post that later on when I was shooting a flying disc outside. A lost video you guys haven't seen. So you guys can take a look at that. So definitely fun times ahead when it came to that. But definitely keep an eye out for any of these. I'll link the stuff in the description. I hope you enjoy this video. Be sure to subscribe and watch the upcoming videos. I'll link the Stern Show videos on archive. So far, I've also archived Howard Stern September 22nd when they interviewed Coldplay for his new album. So I also got that too. And also a recording when Ronnie the limo driver was constipated, and he had a crazy story there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Thank you, my bitches. Okay, enough of that. But I'll see you guys later. Peace.